Happy Friday, guys. Today we're doing a benchmark workout, a CFW benchmark workout. This home workout you can do practically with low amounts of equipment. You'll just need one thing that you can use for both workouts today. The first workout is from 0 to 10, and you have to complete 45 thrusters and 45 bar facing burpees, or jumping over the object that you're using for the thrusters. You can break up the 45 however you like, and you can break it up in however order you want to do it. Maybe you want to start off with the bar facing burpees and then go into the thrusters, or you can go into sets of 9 for each and go 5 rounds of that. It's up to you how you want to break it up and what order you want to do it in. You can do it as written as well. The goal is to finish as fast as you can, and compared to the last time that we did this, maybe you want to pick a different strategy or try to push yourself through the same strategy you did, but try to get a better time. Completely up to you. This is kind of your choose your own adventure style of workout, from 0 to 10 for those two movements. If you finish early, you're going to rest until the 10-minute mark. Same idea, 10 to 20, you're going to go 45 power snatches and 45 lateral burpees. Same idea, break it up however you want. This time the movements are slightly different. Power snatches, alternate these ones, guys. You don't have to do it 45 per side. And then lateral burpees, you're just gonna this time jump over the bar or over your objects laterally instead of facing the object. And again, if you don't have the space to go bar facing, you can do lateral for both today at home. But if you do have the space, I recommend you guys change it up on your second half. And again, guys, goal is to compare to the last time if you've done this one. If not, record it and see how you did, so we can compare it later on in the future if we test it again. Once you finish that workout, guys, we're gonna cool off with an afterburner. We're gonna do 3 sets, bent over, flies, and alternating single arm curls. So we're working on those, working on the back and the biceps today, that classic kind of combo. This one's good, again, to really work on emphasis also on those scaps, guys. So really trying to pull your shoulder blades back, and then obviously working on building bigger biceps, which is the most important thing. Other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's workout and the afterburner. We'll see you guys next for the warm-up video. All right, so for today's warm-up, we're gonna start with an active lat stretch. So that means we're not just staying in a static position. We're trying to be moving a little bit in that position with the shoulder around, try to feel out the lats and activate the lats ideally. So for this lat stretch, guys, you can almost do this with any style of lat stretch. For this one, we're just gonna do it off the floor, no equipment needed. Get on your knees there, then you're gonna reach through the opposite corner of your body, so we're lengthening that one side of our body, especially the lats specifically. I like to push my hand over the top of my hand there, kind of keep it anchored to the ground, and then pull my shoulder blade away from my hand, feeling that stretch, or kind of just leaning into it to lengthen that muscle. From there, to keep it active, I'm going to pull my shoulder blade in, pull my shoulder blade out, kind of work around in that position. Again, you don't want to stay static, you want to try to also activate the muscle a little bit for our movements today. Once you finish 90 seconds per side, we're going to go into our warm-up here with 3 rounds. And these are continuous rounds, so keep a running timer. Each interval is about 20 seconds, and we kind of want to move at a pace where we're kind of getting that heart rate up, feeling out the movements, and getting ourselves primed. So 20 seconds of the bottom of the single-legged deadlift hold with some flies continuously throughout that 20 seconds. So I'm not going to use any weights here. You can use weights if you like, keep them light. The hardest part is going to be the balance part of it, for holding for 20 seconds. So for that single-legged deadlift with the body weight, I'm going to keep that back leg straight. For the leg that's on the floor, the knee is slightly bent. I'm going to hinge over at the hips, come to a point where my back is flat, I feel balance, and then I'm going to go for those flies for 20 seconds, really trying to activate that upper back as I do the flies, or as I hold that bottom of the single-legged deadlift. Doing that for one side for 20 seconds, then the next 20 seconds, grab your PVC, your broomstick, any kind of straight object to kind of mimic this, and we're gonna go for alternating PVC pass-throughs with a lunge. So I'm going to get into my snatch width, so a nice wide grip so I can go through that full pass-through. And as I'm doing that pass-through, I'm gonna lunge forward, lunge back in, and bring that PVC back in. And then I'm gonna switch sides, same thing on the opposite side. So you're gonna be doing reps for 20 seconds there. Once you finish that, we're gonna go back to the bottom of the single-legged deadlift hold with the flies as we do that hold, but on the opposite side. So right side, again, hinge at the hips, come down, and then go for those flies for those 20 seconds. Once you finish that, guys, we're gonna come down to the floor. Last 20 seconds here of hollow rocks. So we can start from our pike position. We're gonna tighten up our core, so kind of make that banana shape with our body, at least with the upper back there. Tightening up the core, feet are together. I'm gonna sit back, come off the ground, and I'm going to rock back and forth with control, hands by my side, or even overhead. You can bend your knees and hold it with your hands as well. We're really just trying to activate that core and find that coordination with the movement for the rest of the movements later on. So 3 rounds of that, continuous rounds, keep a running timer, 20 seconds of one of a different movement each time. And again, if you like, progress, make it a little more challenging as you go to your 3rd round there. That will be the warm-up for today. We'll see you guys next for the movement standings. Try to use just one object for those thrusters. So we're gonna hold that in the front rack position. We're gonna come down, again, nice and controlled, just like that sumo deadlift. Down with control on the way up, be explosive with the hips, and drive that object straight overhead. Make sure, again, with that squat on the way down, we're staying tall with those elbows, making sure they don't drop at the bottom.
Where do you position your rope for your burpees? Then from there, you're going to go into your burpees. So 3 to 5 burpees, finding that rhythm of what the speed is going to be. Are you stepping into it? Are you jumping up for it? Play around with it. What works for you? Okay. Starting with the alternating snatch. I got a dumbbell here, guys. So depending what you have at home, your starting position might be slightly different. Okay. So what I'm getting at is if I have a smaller object, I might have to squat down to reach it versus leaning forward and rounding my back. That is usually your go-to, more natural kind of lean forward, reach for it. Then that changes your spine position, does not keep it in a neutral position. So try to get in the habit of hinging with the hips, okay, squatting down if your object is a little bit smaller, okay? To avoid using your back or compromising your back position, use those legs. Just like any lift here that we would use with a barbell, you would deadlift it from the floor. From there, you guys are gonna drive your hips, heels into the floor. As you drive your elbow slightly back, then quickly turn it around and punch it to the ceiling, okay? Avoid that 2-step because it's not a clean and press, it's a snatch, okay? So one fluid, continuous movement all the way overhead, okay?
All right, guys, it's your returning champion, University of Miami. We're gonna start off with 3 super Swole sets with those bent over flies. So grab any object, make sure they're the same weight here. We're gonna bend over at the hips. We're gonna have a slight bend in those elbows, and we're gonna get those arms out as much as we can, trying to squeeze the shoulder blades and those lats at the top. Get that extra squeeze for more definition. We're gonna go for 30 reps here, try and see if you can do all 30 in a row here. One thing, make sure you're not shrugging those shoulders as you're doing it. Keep those shoulders down, especially when you're in that bent over position. So 30 of those flies. Once you're done, make sure you hike up those arm sleeves there. Then pick up your dumbbells. That's the most important part of it. From here, guys, you're gonna go for those alternating curls. So keep those elbows in. You're gonna curl that dumbbell or whatever weight you have all the way up. Make sure you squeeze at the top again for that extra definition. 30 alternating reps here. Make sure those elbows don't wander out to the side. Keep the elbows in. Hope you guys enjoy this and get super swole. See you guys for tomorrow's workout.
It's Friday to finish.